Hey everyone, it's Erin Floto here, and I am here to review a bullet journal. So just for full disclosure, this bullet journal was sent to me for free so that I could review it. However, all these thoughts are definitely my first reactions and definitely all my own. Me getting the product does not influence my thoughts on this bullet journal. They are, however, doing a giveaway, which I will let you know at the end of this video how to enroll in the giveaway, and I am going to go ahead and go through step by step with this journal and then compare it to my standard, which is the Scribbles That Matter. So this bullet journal is a dot grid journal in cream in the A5 size, and going ahead and comparing it to the Scribbles, it's just like a couple, it's very minuscule amount, but it's just a touch wider than the Scribbles, and the thickness is right about the same. This has more of a rounded, while this is more squared off. The style front cover is pretty similar. So this is in cream, and it has the cute gold dots on the front and on the back with this nice maroon burgundy elastic band, and it's very tight, I should say. It is dotted 100 GSM paper, and their website says perfect for fountain pens, so I'll be testing it out with a fountain pen to check out that claim. Right now on their website, as I'm filming this, it's $14.99 on sale with free shipping. It says perfect for bullet journaling, features inconspicuous dots at 5mm spacing that guide your designs, but blend in once the page is filled. Lay flat binding allows you to complete full page spreads with ease. Smooth thick paper, which is 100 GSM acid-free ivory paper to preserve your writing. So durable hardcover design, which it is very durable, and it looks about the same as my Scribbles That Matter, which I know for a fact lasts me the entire 6 months that I use my bullet journal. There's 2 bookmarks, a table of contents to keep track of your spreads and lists, includes a folder in the back cover, which is a pretty standard as well. 2 bookmarks, and then it just says join the analog revolution, which I love. So it is 8 inches long, 6 inches wide, which is about standard for the A5. So this front cover has a place for your name and things like that. And then there's the table of contents. I don't like how these 2 pages are together, but there's plenty of contents pages, so I probably would put those 2 together and just start on this page. My table of contents is not my primary thing, and it has the cream and then the burgundy maroon color to match with the elastic band, so that's pretty cute. The pages are numbered, and it goes from 1 to 197, 8 to 198. Again, this back page has that separated thing, and then it's together with the back page, which is a little weird for me. I would probably use this as a pen test page so that I wouldn't even need to write on the back. It feels like the dots are further apart, but they're not, so I don't know, that's a bit trippy for me. They are smaller dots, and they're right, it does look a bit more inconspicuous. The color, the white, the Scribbles That Matter bullet journal is a touch whiter than this. They claim to be ivory though, just so you know. The dots do start higher on the page than these dots do, and it's about the same for the bottom edge as the Scribbles That Matter. The lay flat, this is lay flat. It's not lay flat on this first page because it's weird. It's just very weird. I don't know. So I'm gonna break this book in a little bit and see if that lay flat happens all throughout the notebook, which it does seem to lie quite flat. And I would have no trouble working with this in a lie flat position. It does lie very, very flat. Even in the beginning and the end, where sometimes in other notebooks things get a little weird, it does lie very, very flat. So the back cover has the pocket in. It doesn't look, it's totally separate from the actual notebook. As you can see, like this one, it goes through the back of this separating page. So it's not lying flat on top of the back page. It's nestled in there. So it feels a little bit more secure for this particular one. It's also larger because it does go to the back page, so the pocket takes up that whole page versus this ThoughtSpace notebook. This is literally glued on to this back cover. There's not a second layer. So, and then this is a bit smaller. You can see that it doesn't reach the end of the notebook. So that's an idea there. And then let's go ahead and pen test. So I'm going to use a Pigma Micron, which is pretty similar to the Tombow Mono. I just haven't put in an order for Tombow Mono. I'm gonna use a Muji 0.38 pen, which is more like a gel pen, so I can see if it leaves ridges and things like that. I am going to use a Tombow Feud. I will also use a brush pen and a fountain pen. I'm going to be using my Lamy fountain pen. Let's also use a juicier pen like the Artline Sticks. Yeah, let's use a juicier pen also because this one's pretty juicy. Okay, so after comparing them a little bit, so it feels smoother to write on the Scribbles That Matter, which is hard for me to really show you that it feels smoother writing on it, but it does for me personally. The fountain pen does hold up very well on this paper, as do the others. The Tombow Feud tended to feather a little bit, as did some of the edges for the Tombow, but not the Artline, if you can see. I'm being very picky here. Most of these pens hold up very well. It just felt like the Feud feathered out quite a bit. I don't use the Feud all that much in my bullet journal, but I do use them for headers sometimes. I usually use like a Micron or a Tombow Mono pen, and those did hold up very well, as well as the Muji and the fountain pen. And it does dry quickly on here, just like it does on the Scribbles That Matter. And as you can see, like the Tombow Feud has more defined edges, I feel like, on here than it does in the ThoughtSpace journal. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the ghosting. So the ghosting is pretty on par with what you typically see from bullet journals. The Tombow dual brush pen did bleed through a little bit, and then the Artline almost bled through on the top there. And then the Tombow Feud had pretty heavy ghosting. The smaller pens were all right with the ghosting. That's pretty on par with most journals. And then the Muji did leave pretty substantial ridges there. And then comparing that to the Scribbles, again, the ghosting's pretty on par with everything else. The Muji did not leave ridges like it did in the ThoughtSpace journal. the Tombow Feud ghosted just as heavily in this as it did in that one, as did the Tombow and Artline. Again, for me, I don't really mind it because I'm writing on the other side of the pages. So even though I can see the this week part right here, it doesn't detract from this spread at all. So if you are a big stickler in ghosting, these journals probably aren't for you, or you need to skip pages or something like that, because ghosting happens, and it kind of depends on your level of hand also. If you have a heavy hand versus a lighter hand, that's also something to keep in mind. So overall, this is a solid bullet journal. It is on par with most other brands of bullet journals. It is pretty inconspicuous with the dots. It is very lie flat. It has a lot of pages. It has 198 pages, which is a good amount of pages for this kind of bullet journal. The Scribbles has 201 plus some extra pages for the pen test, the mindfulness, and then they have an extra page for this key that the ThoughtSpace journal does not have. So it's just a touch less pages. It's not a huge deal. I like this cute design with the gold. I think that's really cute. I like the color scheme of it. They don't have as many color schemes as the Scribbles, but overall the price is a little bit lower for this one than it is for the Scribbles. Scribbles runs usually about $20 for their A5 size, and this is on sale for $14.99. It's usually $17.99, and there is free shipping for this one. So now that that is all done, I will be doing a giveaway with the ThoughtSpace journal, and they're kind enough to ship it directly to you, so I don't have to do as much work, which, I mean, that's an A+ for me. So head down to the description field below and you will see how to enter into the giveaway. And thanks everyone, and I hope you guys like these reviews, and go check out my Instagram for information on the giveaway as well. So thanks everyone. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Bye everyone.